Imagine this, you've been playing Hypixel SkyBlock for months or even years and you finally reached the late game. You deal hundreds of thousands of damage per hit and can defeat most mobs in the game with ease. But that's not enough for you. You see players who deal 10 times more damage than you, and if you search on YouTube what you can do in such an advanced stage of the game to increase your damage, you will find videos about accessories, reforges and combat level. All stuff you already knew a year ago. Well, if this sounds familiar, this is the right video for you. Let's start with the more well-known Art of War. When this video comes out, it will be June 12, 2023, which means that you can buy Art of Wars for only 5 million coins from the pick shop. It can be applied to an item and gives 5 strengths permanently. Enrichments. There are many different types of enrichment that give almost every stat in the game. Enrichments can be bought in the auction house for coins or at the bid shop in the community center. These enrichments can increase strength, mana, health, crit damage and many more. You can combine one enrichment per accessory as long as this accessory is mythic or legendary. The Handy Blood Charlie's Talisman. The Handy Blood Charlie's Talisman only costs 3 million coins in the auction house but requires Enderman Slayer level 5. When you switch it to on, it consumes 1 soul flow every 5 seconds but gives you 20 ferocity during that time. Having this permanently on is very expensive, but it is ideal for a boss fight, for example in dungeons or with Enderman Slayer. Also, if you play a lot of dungeons, always make sure to drink a dungeon potion level 7. This only costs 35,000 coins and increases your damage massively. You probably already know the next two, but it just wouldn't feel right to not mention them at all. At first look, your catacombs level only increases your health. However, with the ancient reforge on your armor, you get plus 1 crit damage per catacombs level for each of your armor piece. Meaning if each of your armor pieces are ancient reforged and you have catacombs level 50, that is plus 200 crit damage on top of the normal ancient reforged buffs. Tuning points. If you go to Maxwell in the hub and click on tuning points instead of power stones, you can get some extra damage here. Accessories give magical power. You can see how much magical power you have by hovering over your accessory back in the Skyblock profile. For every 10 magical power you have, you get 1 tuning point. You can assign these tuning points to different stats. In my opinion, you can use them perfectly to adjust the amount of crit damage and strength to each other as much as possible. Because in case you didn't know already, the best crit damage and strength ratio for maximum damage is 50-50. So if you have 700 strength, it would be best to also get 700 crit damage as well. I hope that makes somewhat sense. Gemstones. If you walk through the dungeons hub and look at the armor of other players, you will see that 90% of the players completely ignore gemstones. Different gemstones can be applied to different armor. If you want to see which gemstones your armor can carry, look at the symbol in your armor here and compare it to this graph. If you don't see any symbol, I have bad news, because you cannot use gemstones at all. Oh, and by the way, you can do the same thing with weapons as well, not just armor. Gemstones can be mined at the Crystal Hollows or be bought at the Bazaar. You can apply gemstones to your equipment pieces at this NPC right here in the Dwarven Mine spawn. Essence Shop. In the Dungeons hub, if you click on this NPC right here, then click on Essence Shop and click on Wither Essence, you can buy strength with Wither Essence. This will be proportionally more expensive after each purchase though. You can also do the same thing with Under the Sense, which gives you the stats, but only while you're in the catacombs. Not to mention, if you have an Ender Dragon pet or just spend a lot of time in the end, it would also be very wise to check out the Dragon Ascent shop in the Dragon's Nest in the end. Equipments. Every player has equipment like belts and cloaks, but hardly anyone has the right one, not to mention upgraded it properly. If you don't want to be one of those players, click on this video right here to learn everything about it. Otherwise, thank you for watching and I see you in the next one.